Well, the deaths of the poor, the imprisoned, the victims of war, the deaths of all who went unnoticed by society. Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone of San Francisco wanted to change that. The Archbishop commissioned a sacred choral composition by Frank La Rocca called Requiem for the Forgotten. Its purpose? To pray for the repose of the souls of the forgotten and remind the faithful of our mission to recognize and help those who are marginalized. At its premiere at Epiphany Catholic Church in Miami, participants told us more about the meaning of the Requiem for the Forgotten.
The original idea was a Requiem Mass for the homeless. In the Archdiocese of San Francisco, a few years ago, we started celebrating a Mass in November when we especially pray for the dead, for people who had died homeless, being such a critical problem, especially in our own city. We've expanded it to include all of those who are forgotten.
As the world started to have issues with, Ukraine and war and all the stuff going on around the world, they decided to expand this Mass to incorporate the wide variety of people who may not have people to pray for them as they die or in the various situations they're in.
I will be praying in a particular way for children who have been abandoned, forgotten, not only in our own country, but in other countries as well.
I'm attending the Requiem Mass to pray for all the souls that have been forgotten, especially the souls of drug addicts and people who died in recovery without anybody to pray for them.
This Mass really is a prayer, and I think that's what makes this very different compared to a lot of the requiems that you may go see in the symphony hall or in a concert stage, that this really is meant as a prayer to not only affect us that are in it, but for those souls who've even been lost that we're singing about in honor.
A piece like this is something that was brought here. We were specifically chosen. This music was specifically dedicated for things happening today.
So I think that this kind of music is a different kind of requiem, because it brings some kind of tension. So at the end, it's some kind of relief.
I realize this project calls attention to a lot of misery and oppression, but the idea is to use the arts to call attention to it and to help to unite and heal. Beauty has a way to heal unlike anything else.